That's video take 1.
Hi guys, it's Darren. As you know, I'm engaged to Sophie, and I thought I'd do a video on her channel because Sophie's always on at me going, you should do a video, and but no, I've never really feel comfortable enough to do one until really, but I think it's about time to do a video. I think some of you guys have asked if I do have a YouTube channel. No, I don't, but I thought I'd do a video for you guys. Today I would like to talk about mental health, like depression. Basically, I do suffer with depression. It's not noticed by people because I hide it very well, and I just think for guys, especially for men and boys, we tend to hide things, hide mental health and depression, or if other people have anxiety and things like that, we all seem to hide it, and I think it's probably the worst thing anyone could do is hide the fact and not talk about it with other people, because I know it's really hard, and to be fair, I suffered for a number of years, and when I was a teenager, I didn't really suffer from it. I didn't really notice it because I was always out with my friends, and I was a skinnier chap, and I was a very happy chap, and always out with my friends, and I never noticed that. And then when you get older, you go to work, and you start noticing things, and you start being different. Because I felt sad all the time, and sometimes you just don't realise why you feel sad. Why am I feeling sad? Why do I feel so down in the dumps? And I just can't explain why. It's just there, and some days you just don't want to do anything whatsoever. And people have comforts, and unfortunately, comfort of mine was, or is, shall I say, food, as you probably can tell. But it's not a funny thing. But if you don't laugh at it, then I suppose what are you gonna do? Cry? I'll probably cry about it, to be fair. But I don't think things like that. I'm on a diet at the moment, and so far I've lost 5 stone. But it's these last few months I've not been doing too well on that, and I would like to aim to do better. I'm going to aim in these next 3-4 months. I'm going to get my head down and go to the gym more, and stick to my diet, because I'm getting married in September the 17th in Las Vegas. If anyone, if none of you guys don't know, I'm sure Sophie's been posting videos about it. I'll probably might even post some videos as well of what you're seeing, the side what Sophie needs to do, and you might want to see the side what I'm going to do. But I can always add them videos on there if you guys wanted to, and that'd be a pleasure. But going back on the subject, when I was a teenager, I was all happy, and then I was in a stage for a number of years where I was just lonely, depressed, and I was all by myself really, and I was in a different place. I've moved around a bit, and I was living with my family, and I just got into bad state, and I just stayed in all the time, and didn't have the confidence to do anything. I thought I would never ever be a homeowner. I thought I would never have a decent job that I got now. I thought I would never be with someone and never get married. But no, that's all changed. And since I met Sophie, she's gave me the belief to do other things. I'm quite lucky enough to found that person that I can talk to and share my emotions with, because before then I thought about a number of things, and I was so depressed, and I still do have my off days where I feel sad for no reason. I just feel empty, and you can never explain why. But it's not because you're not normal, because everyone's normal. It's because you just can't explain it. Maybe everyone has these feelings. I don't know. I can never know what everyone else is feeling. Other people, maybe it's something in the past. I don't know the reason why. But when I was about 24, I did contemplate about committing suicide. That is one thing I did think about doing. I was in a really rough time in my life, and I thought everything was just falling apart. And I lost family members as well. I lost my granddad that I was really close to, and he was, he taught me a lot, and he was a very forward-thinking man. He would say what was on his mind and be straight out about it, and he taught me a lot, and I miss him a lot. And also, Chrissy, my auntie, and my little baby cousin Shania were brutally murdered, and that put a lot of hurt there for me. And I just thought, why them? And especially Shania, she's so young, and Chris was so young as well. It's just didn't see what's the point of living. And then I thought I was selfish because I shouldn't think like that, really. And then I look up to someone and think, hold on a minute. Chelsea, basically Chelsea is Chrissy's daughter and Shania's sister, and she escaped that night, and Chelsea also, she's only 16, and last year she lost her dad as well, and she lost both of her parents. And I think to myself, I can't do anything like that, because I can't commit suicide and do anything like that, because Chelsea is so young and she's so strong, and I think she's an inspiration, really, and she inspired me in a lot of ways, because someone so young can be so strong like that. I think it's an amazing, and she's a credit to herself. She's such a wonderful young lady, and she's going to go far in life. And that's when I realised I need to sort my life out. And then a few years later I met Sophie. It was on the internet, and we started speaking, and I was worried about meeting Sophie, because I was thinking, what's she gonna think of me, because the way I look, and I don't feel comfortable in my body, and what is she gonna think of me? And the first time I met her, she was smiling and standing there in a West Ham top, because we met at West Ham. We're both West Ham fans, to my sins. And I met her and she was standing there smiling, and we just kicked it off straight away, and she made me feel safe and secure about my body. So I was comfortable with that, and she changed me, and she gave me the belief to be a better person. And I think I've always been a good person. I don't think I've never been a bad person, but in other words, what I'm trying to say is just bring out the best in me, and I think my point is, I think everyone needs someone to speak to, and people do suffer in silence. Guys who have got girlfriends and are married and or alone, they're not speaking to their partners, or if they haven't got someone to speak to, then who are they going to go to? And they just need to open up to anyone, and they think I think they should speak to, if they haven't got anyone to speak to, then they need to speak to, I know it's hard, but I urge people, even mainly men, because we hide it, to go out and speak to people and see what we can, and see what it brings, and see if it makes you feel better about talking about it. Or just speak to anyone, or speak to a stranger, or we're always, me and Sophie are always open to speak about things. I know Sophie's always linking tags and email addresses on here, so you can always email, and if you want to speak about things and how to just to get things off your chest, and I'm always here to speak to. I do know the doctors are not very, the GP surgeons, they do try and help, and they try and give you advice and who to speak to and things like that, but I don't think that's always the answer. I think the answer is always just, I think staying busy is probably the way I find life easier, is because I'm always busy, I'm always at work, and I'm doing really well at my job, and hopefully in the next few weeks or months I'll probably have some good news of that, my job role, or moving up and things, and was making me really happy. And so I think it's always good to speak to people. I'm new to vlogging, so I might repeat things over, but no, I just want to say is that I've been in a really dark place, and now I'm 10 times better than what I was. I'm not 100% better. I still have my down days, but I think once you suffered with depression or anxiety, I'm not gonna lie, you probably will suffer for the rest of your life. But I think there's ways of coping. Speaking to people is always a big help. Finding a partner that really understands you and sharing them things with you. And I think also finding a passion for something. If it's either football or travelling, seeing the world or your job. That's what I would aim. That's what I'd concentrate doing, and also speaking to someone. If you're unhappy with your job, before the position I'm in, I was doing a job that I was not happy at, and it made my depression even worse. Because I always felt sad all day, like even in work. I felt like absolutely rubbish because the last place I worked for, they treated you like shit. They treated you like not a human being. But I wouldn't stand for it. I'm one of these that if I don't feel something is right, I will say something, and I don't care if that's going to get me told off or not, or what the manager thinks. I don't care if they're doing something wrong. Then I will tell them the truth. If I don't like it, I'll tell them straight, because no one deserves to feel horrible, feel miserable in the workplace as well. And so what I would say, if you're unhappy with your job and that's making your anxiety or depression feel even worse, then I would suggest, I know it's not as easy because you got bills to pay, and then you got, you might be a bit scared, and you might be scared to, what if, you might not like the job, but you might feel comfortable being there because you're too scared. If you jump ship, you won't be able to find another job, or the best way of doing it is finding a job and then leave. Or you might be scared that, hold on, what if this don't work out for me? But it's better than staying in a job you don't like. I would say, just if you don't, I like a phrase where if you don't jump off, I like the saying, if you don't jump off a cliff, then you never gonna know if you can fly, or if you're, it's like a bird. You're never gonna fly. You're not gonna fly straight away, but you always can pick yourself up and try again. If I get knocked down, I always get back up and keep moving forward, and I think that's the go-to attitude we all need for something like that. But don't be scared. Just get up and say, fuck you, and I'm leaving, basically, and find something you love doing. And life is too short to be in something you absolutely hate doing, or feeling sad because of your job. I think it's something you should just say, fuck you, and move on and get a new job, and do something you love. Because I think in life, we live in a society where we just accept it. Well, we shouldn't do that. We should find things we love doing, and I know we've got bills to pay and that, but you can also find something you love doing and getting paid as well. Or my example is work with people, or create a good environment at work. That's what I seem to do in most places I go to. In some places you can't do that. Other things that do help me is I always like to book a holiday. I always have a holiday booked, so I know there's something to look forward to. For example, we're getting married in Las Vegas, and we're travelling to Florida after as well. I'll be away for 3.5 weeks, and that's, I just can't wait for that. That's going to be an amazing time, and also I'll get to marry the love of my life as well. And also, we've been thinking about next year as well, what we're going to do. And I thought we'll probably go back to Mexico, to be honest with you, because we love Mexico, and it was one of my favourite places I ever been to. So other ways of coping, like I said, speak to your partner. Also have hobbies as well. Like for instance travelling. I like football, and so I get really into football. Also, they say going to the gym and exercising helps. So, believe it or not, when I do exercise, I do feel a lot better in myself as well. So, yeah, I can see that does help as well. I think the worst thing you can do is just cutting yourself off completely. That's what I did to many years. I seem to just have weeks or months without really interacting with anyone or going out with anyone. I think you have to go out and try and make friends or have a companion or just find someone that maybe is in the same situation as you, or I know it's hard to say go and make friends. It's probably probably the hardest thing you can do, but I think it's always good to go out and interact with people, because I think the worst thing you can do is be alone and locking yourself away from people. And if you find it hard to make friends, I'll go to like bingo, or go to a community club around here, or like volunteer. Go and volunteer at so for instance like a charity shop, or volunteer to go work with the elderly. I do know the elderly do love seeing people, because there's certain elderly that don't have anyone, and I think you can do that through, I can't remember who that's through. You can do that way, but you can go and there's a charity where you can go and visit an elderly person once or twice a week to help them, and so they have a friend to sit and have a cup of tea with, and that could help and build your confidence of going to speak to other people, because I know it's very daunting, and even me, I'm quite a bubbly and easy guy to speak to, but I find it hard to make new friends as well, and but I think they are some of the things I would suggest. But like I said, it's never going to be, you're never going to be 100%, but you're never going to you can always have your off days, but you know what, you just have to think positive after that and think about the things, be thankful for the things that you do have in life. And I know it's, you can't help what's going on in your head, and some people say to me, well, why do you feel like that? And is it something you can just, they think it's, the way they say it is like, can you make it disappear and come and go? Well, you can't help it. It just happens. It's something psychologically in your head, and I can't explain it. It's just, you just feel blank, and sometimes you just don't feel you're there really. But yeah, I'd just like to talk about it and see if I can encourage other people to talk about their experience. And I haven't told my whole experience about it, but I live day in, day out with it, and I seem to cope better now than I did years ago. So I do know Sophie's spoken about her anxiety, and she has got a lot better over the years as well, and how to cope with it. But it's something that's always going to be there, and yeah, so I just want to say, I just wanted to share that with you. I'm not too sure what other videos I can do, or if you found this helpful, then give it a thumbs up, and if you think this is a load of, if you think this is boring, then thumbs down. I don't know how it works, but but no, thank you for watching, and I hope I haven't going on and on and on, and my voice is bored you to death, because it bores me to death sometimes, trust me. So yeah, but no, thanks for watching, and hopefully I can do some other videos. If you got any suggestions of videos, or what would you like me to do, I'm sure I will film some other videos for Sophie's channel to do with my wedding maybe. No, but yeah, I am on Instagram, and always easy to follow, and just have a look on Sophie's Instagram, and you then can follow me that way. But no, thanks for watching, and remember, keep smiling and think positive. Okay guys, see you later.